Does WWE have a big-time direction for Cody Rhodes following his win at WrestleMania over Roman Reigns and the WWE Championship? Well, if a story that's going around today is to be believed, Triple H has absolutely zero idea and no plans for Cody Rhodes post-WrestleMania. We have a big problem with that. We'll talk about it right here on Off the Script. Also, a major name has re-signed with the WWE, and no, I'm not talking about Drew McIntyre, as WWE continues to lock down their major superstars, and a returning superstar could be forming the new Wyatt family with Bo Dallas. We got all this news right here on Off the Scripts, and today we're going to start with Cody Rhodes. Now, if this was AEW, I've already said this time and time and time again. I don't want to make it seem like I'm pro one company and negative the other. If AEW did this, I would have shit all over it. And a lot of people are like, oh, well, JD doesn't call out WWE when they do the things that they do. I get it. I understand it. But AEW nowadays is making more mistakes than WWE is. So I got to call them out on their bullshit. But that's not going to stop me from calling out WWE when they do something stupid, or if they don't do something that they're supposed to. Case in point with this, I have a major problem with this story. Now, it's coming from Dave Meltzer, so please take it with a grain of salt. But if this is the problem that we're facing right now, then we need to address it immediately. I don't even know why this is a problem. I don't know why this hasn't been a priority since before he won the championship. But again, we have to let it all play out. Apparently, WWE has no big-time direction for Cody Rhodes post-WrestleMania. Now, coming out of WrestleMania 40, Cody Rhodes is now the official face of the company. He's the WWE champion, and he beat Roman Reigns and ended the historic reign that was Roman's at WrestleMania. Rhodes has now transitioned to SmackDown, coming over from Raw because that's where the WWE title calls home. He is the number one guy on Friday nights, while Reigns has decided to take a break from wrestling. He'll be back sometime at the end of the summer, is what my prediction is. His exact return is still up in the air. WWE has also planted the seeds for a future match with Cody Rhodes and The Rock, with WrestleMania 41 being rumored where this match will take place. Now, tomorrow at Backlash in France, Rhodes is set to defend the title on the pay-per-view, his first title defense against AJ Styles in the main event of Backlash. Now, in the latest edition of the Wrestling Observer newsletter, Dave Meltzer, again, take it with a grain of salt, reported that while Rhodes does have future feuds with Reigns and Rock lined up, nothing big is planned for the next few months. Meltzer wrote, and I quote, Rhodes has no real big-time direction until Rock and Roman Reigns are back in the picture. The other biggest star on the brand is Randy Orton, but they're doing nothing to tease anything in that direction, end quote. Now, that's all of the report. There's nothing really more to add outside of what Meltzer said there. And how many times has Meltzer gotten something wrong this year? Several times. If this is legit, let's pretend like this is legit. How could WWE look themselves in the mirror and say, Cody Rhodes is our priority. He's our guy. He's our number one. He's the guy that we're going to be running with as the face of the company. If Cody Rhodes is not in the plans at the top for what you do on television coming out of WrestleMania, and you don't have feuds and plans lined up for him, then he's not number one priority. So exactly what is the number one priority here? I mean, what is with these companies? Again, if it's true, what is with these companies who have all of their priorities out of whack and fucked up? I don't get it. On AEW television, Swerve is your world champion. Swerve Strickland is the AEW world champion. He should be your priority. I don't give a shit what else is happening. Now, they seemingly, after a week of baffling decisions, made their champion the top priority on the show. Obviously, Tony Khan and the Elite angle is the biggest story, but that's the biggest story. Your biggest priority should be making sure your champion is well off, looks strong, is the guy in and out of the ring, and giving him and lining up opponents for him so that he has a fruitful title reign. That makes sense. Now, they corrected that on Wednesday. We got Swerve versus Christian Cage at Double or Nothing. Whether you think that's a big-time main event for a pay-per-view or not, I don't really give a shit, because at least they are telling some sort of story there. So I don't know what else to tell you. They got it right. Great. Now let's keep that going until Forbidden Door, and through Forbidden Door into All In, and from All In into the next pay-per-view, if he holds it that long. But when you look at Cody Rhodes and you hear WWE doesn't have any big-time direction for Cody Rhodes, that's a fucking problem. I don't want to be sitting here complaining about something that we don't really know of yet, but just the mere thought of it, that it's out in the fucking universe, is fucked up. Cody Rhodes should be your number one priority, and everything else falls in line after that. You should have opponents lined up for him until The Rock gets back. Then you move him over to SmackDown. I could count on one fucking hand that SmackDown doesn't have the amount of star power as Raw does. So what exactly do you have planned for him? This is why I said last Friday when I covered SmackDown, I don't think the AJ Styles match tomorrow night at Backlash in the main event is going to be the only match that they have. I do think, being that they are on the same brand, I do think that we get another match going into the King of the Ring pay-per-view. I think it's going to be two matches between AJ and Cody Rhodes. Outside of AJ, what else does he have to do? Outside of AJ, who else is on SmackDown? Kevin Owens, LA Knight, Randy Orton, and Logan Paul are the biggest names on SmackDown. Rock ain't there until after the summer, and Roman won't be there until after the summer. And you can't feud Cody Rhodes with the Bloodline until everybody else gets back on television and assumes the Bloodline story. So what exactly are they going to do? We're going to get this AJ and Cody feud dragged into another month, and then what else is going to happen with Cody Rhodes? I don't know. What is he going to feud with, Baron Corbin? WWE's got a fucking problem. Now, granted, again, I will say this. I'm going to give WWE the benefit of the doubt. They apparently are making trades before the lock of the split. I don't know when that's going to be. Could happen this weekend. Apparently, we're going to get a couple of trades between Raw and SmackDown. Are those trades going to affect who Cody Rhodes potentially wrestles on Friday nights? I don't know. I have no idea. But I'm worried that this is now out in the universe. I'm worried that WWE doesn't have a plan for Cody Rhodes. Again, what is with the top priorities in these companies? What is with these companies not being able to follow up? Obviously, we all know the chase is better than the reign. Cody's chase was great. The conclusion, you're never going to top it. But Jesus fucking Christ, give me some goddamn effort into making me and showing you and everybody else that you fucking care. I don't understand it. This is what I think is going to happen. They're going to wait, and they're going to fucking lazily swim by through the summer. And they're going to wait till Rock gets back. Now, I don't know when The Rock is coming back. I don't. But I hope to God that this means that they're waiting for The Rock to come back, and it's not going to be too long. The fact that they don't have a priority for Cody Rhodes is because they're anticipating The Rock coming back by SummerSlam. If that's the case, I think it's a little bit lesser of a blow. If we go through the entire year and they don't have a fucking plan for Cody Rhodes, I mean, you're never going to hear the end of it from this channel. You're never going to hear the end of it because it's fucked up. So I'm going to say this. The fact that this is out there and Meltzer's saying there's no real big direction, I'm banking on The Rock to be back by SummerSlam because that's the natural place for this match with Cody Rhodes to take place. Not Saudi Arabia, not WrestleMania next year, SummerSlam. Cody versus Rock at SummerSlam is the direction. That's why they may be waiting, and that's why they don't have any real plans, because that is where they want to go, which is eventually going to lead into Cody siding with Roman, potentially in battling the Rock's bloodline. We don't fucking know. I don't understand where they're going after that, because it's all going to be about the civil war between Roman and The Rock, which is probably going to lead to their match at WrestleMania next year in Las Vegas. But no direction for Cody Rhodes. What are we doing? That would be awful. And you're never going to hear the end of it, like I said. I'm going to call them out on it because it's only right, it's only fair to do so. AEW did it. WWE's not immune from it. WWE does it. AEW's not immune from it. They both get equal venom when they do something wrong. This is what I want most of you geeks to understand. No big-time direction, we'll see. But I'm banking on Rock versus Rhodes at SummerSlam because that's the natural place for it to happen. Why wait so long and then you have Cody on a reign that means nothing in the end? I don't get it. WWE has signed a major name to a contract extension, and he more than likely will end up retiring with the WWE, and he is Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins resigns with the company, which I'm going to go out there on a limb and say Becky has already signed, if not on the verge of putting pen to paper. This is coming from Fightful Select, and Sean Ross Sapp reports that Seth Rollins is to remain in WWE for years to come and is re-signed with the company. As has been with the case with most of the re-signings, we're told that it will be for a multi-year deal and big money. They're not going to let him go, said one source close to WWE and Rollins of his contract talks. Rollins told Fightful in February that he wanted to remain with WWE and believed they would get a deal done. One WWE higher-up told us at Fightful that while they wish the deal had been done sooner, the one they nailed down ensures that Rollins will be with the company until his 40s. WWE has got deals done with Finn Balor and Drew McIntyre within the last week. They locked down Charlotte Flair and Bayley. Damian Priest's new contract was also announced, and Becky Lynch is more than likely going to put pen to paper very soon and add her name to these list of names. Now, Rollins had big outside interest, but we're not sure if offers were made from outside WWE. I'm sure Tony Khan was keeping an eagle's eye on Seth Rollins' contract status. Not that Rollins would go over there, but I know he's keeping an eye on all the big-name free agents coming up because he loves to spend extravagant amounts of money on talent and then not utilize them correctly. Rollins' deal was set to expire in June. He's currently sidelined with a knee injury that required surgery, but was included in the WWE draft. Some say, including myself, that Rollins is the MVP of WrestleMania. He may have actually saved WrestleMania 40 this year. Now, WWE fans are getting their first glimpse of how Endeavor will handle these big money contracts. It goes against what everybody was rumored to be saying, that Endeavor was going to cheap out on the contracts, that they weren't going to be spending big money, that their contract situation was going to mirror what the fighters in UFC were making, which is pennies, unless you're a major name. Obviously, that's not been the case, and WWE's got free reign to go out and sign whoever they want because they don't want to lose them to the competition, and WWE right now is the hottest it's been ever, so why risk not keeping these names locked down when these names are helping you get to where you need to be as far as how hot WWE is? So Endeavor is doing the opposite of what everybody thought they would do with these big money contracts. Seth Rollins' wife, Becky Lynch, has not signed the new deal, and like I said, I'm pretty positive she's already signed. They haven't announced it yet, or she's very close to signing. She ain't going anywhere. Ariel Helwani questioned her about this prior to WrestleMania 40. She did not seem worried about getting a new deal done with WWE, and as of April, her contract was expiring in 2 months' time. Rollins, no matter what you think of Seth Rollins, no matter how you feel about Seth Rollins, you got to give the guy his flowers. The guy has carried the company, Monday Night Raw, on his back for a very, very long time. He doesn't get the credit that he deserves because he's always in the shadow of a Cody or a Randy or a Roman, or when The Rock comes back, he played fourth fiddle. He was the fourth wheel, and he ended up being the MVP. at WrestleMania and basically saved the whole fucking show and saved that match, to be quite honest with you, and then opted to go get surgery. So he downplayed the injury. He let everybody know that he was ready to go. Clearly he wasn't, and it came after the match where he said, you know what, I did my thing, I'm going to go get myself better, and I'm going to go get my surgery. He saved WrestleMania. The guy is a fucking workhorse, and the respect that Rollins should be getting, he doesn't, and the respect that he deserves, I hope we all start giving him from this point on, because without Rollins, who the fuck knows where this match, where Cody's reign and WrestleMania might have ended up. We might not have gotten anything in regards to what happened at WrestleMania this year without Seth Rollins. So he signed. He ain't going nowhere. He's a lifer. He's going to end up retiring there. Same thing with his wife. And Tony Khan can start scouring the other free agents because he's not going to be able to land Seth Rollins. Good on them. WWE made the right deal to keep Seth Rollins in the company. And finally, guys, Erick Roowan. We talked about Erick Roowan. Nobody knew exactly what was going on with Erick Roowan. The last we heard about Erick Rowan's status was that he was in Pittsburgh getting a physical, which the rumor was if you go to Pittsburgh, you get the physical, then you're probably ending up with WWE because that's where they send all the talent first before they do anything with them on TV. Erick Roowan has signed a contract to return to WWE. It was reported this week by PW Insider that Erick Roowan has signed a new deal with the company. Rowan recently pulled out of all independent bookings, and the belief was that he had committed to returning to WWE. As for what he will be doing, the belief is that he will be a part of the new Uncle Howdy storyline. Bo Dallas is expected to return as the Uncle Howdy character. If you've been watching WWE TV in the recent weeks, there have been teases shown on Raw and SmackDown and even NXT as of this week. The first tease for the return of the character came at the end of the credits during the Bray Wyatt documentary on Peacock. Braun Strowman, who was a part of the Wyatt family, also returned to Monday Night Raw this past Monday via the draft on night 2. At this point, there is no indication if he will be a part of the Uncle Howdy storyline or stable, but plans obviously can always change. This is a great deal. I love this. WWE is obviously trying to pay homage to Bray Wyatt. How that comes off, what the story is, what the vibe is going to be, how they're going to do things differently from what they did with Bray Wyatt, that remains to be seen. But lining up all of Bray's closest confidants, Braun Strowman, Erick Rowan, Alexa Bliss, led by his brother, Bo Dallas, I'm excited to see where they take it. I hope Braun Strowman's included in that because I feel like that would probably be a better fit for him than doing the same old shit with him, monster among men, that we've seen for years. I think if WWE wants to band all of these talents together to push forward with a new group, whether it's a Wyatt four, Wyatt Family, Wyatt 6, I don't know. I think that's the best move for all parties involved, honestly. And if they want to add anybody else, I've seen some people even running with the fact they could add 5 and leave the 6th open as kind of like a spooky resemblance to Bray Wyatt being the 6th member of the group. I love it. The only thing is, I feel like WWE is going to really need to differentiate what they do with Bo compared to what they did with Bray. And I mean that in a sense of they never let Bray wrestle. Now, Bray probably couldn't go to the extremes that he wanted to because of his health and condition. I hope that's not the case with Bo Dallas. Bo Dallas is a very accomplished pro wrestler. He's very good. So was Bray. I want to see Bo wrestle. Bray, unfortunately, was not given the opportunity to wrestle enough, and Bray was a very good professional wrestler. They're both master storytellers. It's going to be difficult for WWE to take the Uncle Howdy stuff, include Erick Rowan, Braun Strowman, Alexa Bliss, and have these stories be told and then have it translate to what we see in the ring. They got to find a happy medium from the stories that they tell, the spookiness, the eeriness, the vibe that they're going for, having it translate into finishing the story inside the ring with whomever they're feuding with. I don't know. But I'm interested to see where they go and how they accomplish this. Who does he feud with coming back? LA Knight might be a potential. LA Knight was the last opponent, last match that Bray had. Maybe they go and revisit that and maybe make some corrections to what went wrong there. We'll see what happens, but I'm assuming that we're going to be getting this very, very soon. We could see it as soon as Saturday night at Backlash. so we don't really know. But I'm very interested to see where they go. And Erick Roowan now is confirmed to be signed by Mike Johnson of PW Insider. It's only a matter of when, not if, the Wyatt family is back on WWE television. Thank you guys very much for all your support. I will have more videos throughout the weekend. We have some major rumors about The Rock. Apparently, the dirt sheets and all outlets are now bad-mouthing The Rock and his reputation for whatever reason. I don't know why. There are a couple of rumors coming out about that, including a big one where it was Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman who convinced Cody Rhodes or Triple H and Vince McMahon that Cody Rhodes shouldn't win the championship at WrestleMania 39, which is why we saw what we did at WrestleMania 40, and a vicious rumor going around that The Rock wanted to win the WWE Universal Championship and then vacate it, only to go back to Hollywood and not give a shit about anything. So we'll talk about that on this weekend's Off the Script. Also, there's a report going on as I record this that NXT releases are indeed happening right now, but no names have been released. Now, that could obviously change before I actually publish this video to YouTube, but when those names are released, expect a video on that as well. So NXT is making more roster cuts down at the Performance Center. I will keep you guys updated on all the names that come out of the releases right here on Off the Script. Follow me on social media at JD from NY206, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below, turn on the bell for notifications, and go check out all the other content on the channel. I will be live tonight for Friday Night SmackDown. I will be live with Backlash on Saturday afternoon, and then we'll have all the reports on all the latest news throughout the weekend. Thank you guys very much for all your support, and I will see you right back here tonight for SmackDown on Off the Script. I'll see you guys later.